Welcome, everyone. So, right before I got started, Michael's aunt actually said something that I thought was really humorous. She said to me, Rico, you've been wrestling, you got nothing to worry about going up there on the stage to officiate a wedding for the first time. She said, look, you've had people throw stuff at you and cheer, and I said, well, I hope they don't throw stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, are you ready to help this couple celebrate the most important moment in their life? Are you ready to welcome this couple into the holy bonds of matrimony? Are you ready for the wedding of Jill Marie Bell and Michael Bennett Willis? That's what I like to hear. If you are ready, then we ask that you turn your phones to silent, but take as many photos as you'd like, and please share them using the hashtag Jillus. That's hashtag Jillus. All right. Who gives Jill to Michael?
I do.
Yeah.
When I was asked to officiate this wedding, I was first struck by what an honor it was to be asked to take the responsibility of joining a couple who I share a devoted friendship with. Needless to say, with the amateur and professional fight history that Jill and Mike have respectively, I almost thought it would be better to come up here in a referee's jersey. But at the insistence of the bride, I chose to wear a suit. Mike and I attended university together, and I have enough stories to share that I could have us all listening to the ceremony come the end of days. And though I love the sound of my own voice, I will share a brief one that came to mind when I was writing out my notes for this ceremony. Marriage is easy when everything is going well. It's when the inevitable obstacles of life are thrown in our path that we are truly tested. Mike and I competed in our first full contact striking event together. And as Mike was delivering a brutal beating to his opponent, he actually punched his opponent so hard that he dislocated his shoulder. That is a true story. Within a week of that emergency room visit, no, this has a point. Wait, there's a point. You gotta wait for it. There's buildup. There is a point. Within a week of that emergency room visit, Mike was rolling jiu-jitsu with me. He had one arm in a sling, and he had actually wrapped his arm up in duct tape so he could continue to train. I'd corner many fights for Mike, and the rules were always the same. He'd look at me and say, "You don't throw in the towel." I know my limits. And even if he was defeated, Mike came back for more, because that is who he is. Jill, I can attest to you now that you are marrying a man not only of character, but with the mental toughness to be your cornerman in the fight of life. I have not known Jill as long, but I can say that I was immediately impressed with her wit, her charm, and her stiff right jab. Like Mike, she embraces the fighting spirit and does not back down from challenges in the ring, on the soccer field, or any other part of life. It probably doesn't come as a surprise to anyone that in her words, "I thought I'd meet you at Shabbat dinner, but here we are sparring," was actually our first conversational exchange. Luckily, dodging punches isn't the only time I've had to spend with Jill. And when I see her with Michael, the love that radiates from them warms my heart. I've been married to the love of my life for 15 years. I'm quite a fan of the institution. I have many analogies for the benefits of marriage that I could include in a speech. But in light of who I am officiating for, I'll say that marriage is like having the best cornerman you could possibly imagine watching over you. Someone who listens, someone who loves, and someone who never throws in the towel on you. You have around you now parents, relatives, family, and friends who love and care about you. What I would like is for all of us to make a commitment today to help Jill and Mike make their marriage the best that it can be, and for us to all also be their cornermen in the fight of life. Do you, Michael, take Jill to be your wife in sickness and in health, in times of prosperity and in times of hardship, to love you, honor you, and stand by your side until the end of days?
I do.
Do you, Jill, take Michael to be your husband in sickness and in health, in times of prosperity and times of hardship, to love and honor you and stand by your side until the end of days?
I do.
Please present the rings. These rings are a physical symbol representing the bond of love and commitment between Michael and Jill. May they last forever. Then by the power invested in me, by the Universal Life Church, the state of Pennsylvania, and Almighty God, I pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride. In my religion, it's traditional at the end of the wedding ceremony to break something of glass. Rabbis have many interpretations explaining this. It could, for example, symbolize the destruction of the temple, or, most depressingly, Michael, I've heard some rabbis say that it'll be the last time you ever get to put your foot down in this relationship again. But those are sullen notions. I prefer to share one that I find inspiring. When a person is born, their soul is like a glass broken in half, and it searches, yearning for another person that can complete it. If we are brave enough to commit to love another person with all of our being, we may mend those broken pieces and form a union more whole, powerful, and beautiful than you thought possible. When Mike shatters this glass, you both symbolically leave behind who you were and embrace who you have become. Family and friends who have gathered, when Mike breaks this glass, please say Mazel Tov.
Mazel tov!
It's Rose.